You've worked for many years at Facebook. What first got you started and interested in the technology industry?
So I grew up in a computer science-centric family, and both my parents, they left China during a very politically turbulent time. They came to Canada as graduate students in computer science, and they arrived with $20 in their pockets and a student stipend. And very quickly, my father became a tenured professor. He later started his own company in computer architecture. And so you can imagine growing up in Toronto, my home was filled with computer science textbooks everywhere. My sister and I were enlisted to help grade exams.
And so that's where that love of technology stemmed from, was your dad's work.
Very much so. I think through my childhood, I saw the impact of an education in technology on one's livelihood and my parents' ability to build a new home in a new country.
And so how did you take that love of technology and turn that into a career?
Right, so I ended up going to Stanford for college, and I studied economics because on top of my techie upbringing, I was very much fascinated by the business side of things. Spending another set of my formative years in the heart of Silicon Valley continued to keep me super curious about technology.
And so then that led you to getting a position at Facebook.
Correct. And so I would say that throughout college, I was becoming really intrigued with how my classmates and I were using Facebook. We were actually one of the first classes to have Facebook going into our freshman year. And everything from posting and poking, using events and groups to organize, really intrigued me and led me to believe that Facebook would one day become a powerful social utility. But when I was about to graduate, we were in the middle of the recession. The job market was really tight. And all my friends were going to Google, Microsoft, consulting, and banking gigs. And none of that really felt right to me. Luckily, right after graduation, Facebook started hiring outside of engineering roles. And I got an email from a recruiter there who has since become a dear friend. And now we're here. Last week was actually my 8th year at the company.
What are some of the projects that you've worked on at Facebook?
At Facebook, I've tried to take the approach of experiencing different functions and different products. So I've worked across operations, partnerships, product marketing, and product, and that has led me to work on Facebook's core product, Messenger, and also Marketplace. I would say top highlights include moving to Singapore in my mid-20s to build out a team in Asia, starting FB Start, which is a global initiative to help startups build their businesses on Facebook, and more recently launching M, which is a personal digital assistant inside Messenger.
And what's been the biggest challenge and lessons to date from working on those initiatives?
Personally, I think the biggest challenge is based on jobs theory, which states that people hire products to perform specific jobs in their lives. And when you look across Facebook and beyond, I very much believe that the best products are fulfilling very specific needs and purposes in people's lives.
Through your time at Facebook, has there ever been a person or a mentor that's helped you in your career?
100% my peers, which is probably an uncommon answer. And the reason why I say that is because I think there's somewhat of an over-rotation on being in search of an executive sponsor. In my experience, it's been more about a few select trusted peers. And I think the beautiful thing about peer relationships is that they're authentic and they offer continuity in a way that is very rare to find through an executive sponsor.
And they're in the trenches with you every day.
Exactly. So executing, strategizing in those meetings with you, debriefing after, they see your best moments and your worst moments. And again, for me, it's that combination of authenticity and continuity that has elevated and sustained me in my career. And personally, quite frankly, I think that my peers are the ones with the freshest perspectives and most interesting ideas, and they go on to do the coolest things. And so it works out in that sense as well.